Guys, do you want to do one more numerical with this, or you are comfortable now?
Instead, I think, can you please display the previous question?
Sorry?
Can you please display the previous question for a second?
Yeah, no problem. Go and come. See, I can't, I can't, you can chat with me because your voice is breaking down. Sorry, huh? All right. So now what we will do is we'll look at certain properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Properties, or you can also say theorems. I'm sorry, Shreya, I can't do that because I have just, okay, let me check. No, ma, it's kind of gone. I'll do it for you later. Properties of inverse trigonometric functions. All these properties are very important and we need to use them. The first one is this: sine inverse of sine x is equal to x. Okay, so if you have some value, for example, you have sine 30 and you have sine inverse of sine 30. Okay, so it is going to be whatever is inside, same thing. That's what the theorem is telling. Sine inverse of sine x is equal to x. Okay, we will take three properties, prove it, and then I will give you as a homework to go ahead and prove the other ones. The second one is cos inverse of cos x is equal to x. And third one is tan inverse of tan x is equal to x. Okay. Of course, when we are doing this, all those domain restrictions apply. For example, in this case, x has to belong to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. In this case, x has to belong to 0 to pi, so on. Okay, so those things are there. We don't need to, I mean, it's implicit. So how do we go about proving this? Okay, so we'll take the first one. Sine inverse of sine x. How is it equal to x? Okay, so what we will do is we will first take, let sine x is equal to y because this is there inside. Nah? So let's take sine x is equal to y. Okay, then what this problem will become, sine inverse of sine x is equal to y. Okay. So from this, what can you say? Sine x is equal to y means x is equal to sine inverse of y, isn't it? Okay, you're telling sine x is equal to y. That means x is equal to sine inverse of y. So here, sine x is equal to y you put, you are getting the answer of sine inverse of y. But what is sine inverse of y? Sine inverse of y is nothing but x. Are you following this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these are all simple proofs. Let's do cos inverse. Second, cos inverse of cos x is equal to x. This is the property. Okay, so what we will do similarly, let you say cos x is equal to y. Okay, if you are taking this substitution to be true, x is going to be cos inverse of y. Side by side, we make a note and keep. Then cos x is equal to y, we put it here. So we are getting cos inverse of y. Okay, this is prove that. So cos inverse of y we have. But what is cos inverse of y? Cos inverse of 5 is nothing but x. Okay, so we went from the left hand side and we got the right hand side. Okay, similarly, you can do for tan inverse also. Tan inverse of tan x is equal to x. This is what we have to prove. So we say consider tan inverse of tan x. Okay, and in that you say let tan x is equal to y. Implies x is equal to tan inverse of y by the definition of inverse trigonometric functions. That means this is tan inverse of y, which is nothing but x. Okay. Are you getting this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Can I delete this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is where we have sine inverse outside, tan inverse, and sin x is inside. The second set of theorems or properties have sine outside and sine inverse inside. Okay, so prove that sine of sine inverse of x is equal to x. Okay, so here x belongs to sine -1 to 1. The brackets are wrong. How you will go about it? You say let some sine theta is equal to x. What will theta be from this? Theta is equal to sine inverse of x. What will we do here? We got sine inverse of x is theta. We'll put it here. Sine inverse of x is nothing but theta. So this is sine theta. But by our assumption, what is sine theta? Sine theta is nothing but x. Similarly, you can prove that cos inverse of x equal to x. Can you guys just try that out? Is it okay, guys? Similarly, you can prove for cot inverse, secant inverse.
So what's the domain of cot? I mean cos.
So here cos also will be -1 to +1. It will be like sine. X belong to okay. When you go about for tan, cosecant, secant, and cot, okay, you have to take care to see that. For example, for cosecant, cosecant of cosecant inverse of x is equal to x. Okay. So we'll say let cosecant x equal to theta implies, sorry, not cosecant, cosecant theta is equal to x. Theta will be equal to cosecant inverse of x. That means this will become cosecant theta, which is nothing but x. So for this fellow, this is going to be a real number minus 1 to 1. Means you can have any values of r, but you can't have it from -1. Anything, because this is for sine theta, right? -1 to 1. So cosecant theta can be anything other than -1 to 1. And similarly for secant theta also, secant of secant inverse of x. Secant of secant inverse of x will be x. Here, x belongs to anything other than -1 to 1. The reason for this, why we are putting minus here, is based on sine theta values. See, sine theta can only be between, -1 to 1. Okay, so what about the values? Values of sine theta can be only between -1 to 1. Okay, so what about cosecant theta? So cosecant theta can be any value other than -1 to 1. Cosecant theta can be any value other than -1 to 1 because it's the inverse of it. The next set of proofs are 1 by x. Okay, you'll have to quickly learn them.
What about tan?
For tan, it is a real number.
Domain of it.
X belong to real. For tan, it is x belong to real. Sine and cos is -1 to 1. And for cosecant, cot also x belong to r. Okay, cot of means cot of cot inverse of x. Cot of cot inverse of x equal to x. X belong to R. Similarly for tan. And secant and cosecant will be x belong to R minus 1 to 1. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, this third set of properties are with reciprocals. Prove that sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosecant inverse of x. We'll discuss about the domain part. We'll see how to prove this. So here you have sine inverse of 1 by x, right? So you will take let sine inverse of 1 by x equal to theta. Then what will happen? Sine theta is equal to 1 by x. Okay. Then what will happen? Cosecant theta is equal to x. That means theta is equal to cosecant inverse of x. Correct, huh? So you said sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to theta, and you're getting theta is equal to cosecant inverse of x. Okay, so from this statement and what you have got here, we can conclude that sine inverse of 1 by x is nothing but cosecant inverse of x. In fact, this is what okay, leave it. Okay, I'm going to remove this proof. I want you guys to do it for cos inverse of 1 by x. Cos inverse of 1 by x should be equal to secant inverse of x. Can you just try it? Maria, will you do it along with me?
Sure, sir.
Tell me, let
Let cos inverse of 1 by x equal to theta. Then cos theta is equal to 1 by x.
very good.
And then you can say secant theta is equal to x. And theta is equal to secant inverse of x. And from your first condition and your last condition, you get that cos inverse of 1 by x is equal to secant inverse of x. Hence proved.
Very good. So for sine inverse of 1 by x, okay, x has to be greater than or equal to 1, or x has to be less than or equal to minus 1. That means it has to be greater than or equal to 1 means one to infinity. union. Less than or equal to -1 means minus infinity to -1. Okay, because there is an equal to sign, we can touch the value. Infinity, we cannot touch it. So in case of 1 by x, this will be the domain. Similarly, for cos inverse 2, whatever you have done now, this also x belongs, this will be the domain for this, for reciprocals. Tan inverse of 1 by x is cot x. And here the only requirement is x is greater than 0. Because if you see there for tan x, it is a real number. Tan of tan inverse of x is a real number. Here it is only x is greater than 0. All right. Next term, reciprocals are done. Then minus. Minuses are sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse of x. Tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse of x. Just like sine of minus theta. And here, cosecant also will come, correct. Why?
What was the condition for that tan one? X is what?
X should be greater than 0.
Okay, so thank you.
1 by x, no? 1 by x means x cannot be 0. For cos inverse of minus x will be simply cos inverse of x. Secant inverse of minus x will be secant inverse of x. Hold on. Cos inverse of minus x, we will do it in a little while, okay? Don't take it now. First, these 2, 3. For sine inverse of minus x, again we will say let sine inverse of minus x equal to theta. Then we'll say minus x is equal to sine theta. Okay. Or we'll say x is equal to minus sine theta. Or we'll say x is equal to sine of minus theta. We are here leveraging a known fact that sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Means this you can take it inside. Correct now? Now, you got sine of minus theta. Okay, so you do one thing. You take minus theta. So, sine inverse of x equal to minus theta or theta is equal to minus sine inverse of x. So you're basically going from here to here, and then you're coming back. And in between, you leverage the fact that sine inverse of minus theta is minus sine theta. So here x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Are we good with this, guys?
Yes, sir.
We may similarly prove for tan inverse also. Okay, so let's do that together. Tan inverse of minus x, we have to prove that it is equal to minus tan inverse of x. X belongs to R. So we will take this fellow. We'll say let tan inverse of minus x equal to theta. Minus x is equal to tan theta. X is equal to minus tan theta, which is tan of minus theta. Because we know that sine of minus theta by cos of minus theta, isn't it? Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Cos of minus theta is cos theta. Means minus tan theta. I got x. Now revert it back. That means tan inverse of x is equal to minus theta, or theta is equal to minus tan inverse of x. So I have theta here. I got this result here. I will put it in 1. I will say tan inverse of minus x is equal to minus tan inverse of x. Have a good, guys.
Yes, sir.
Now we will take that cos inverse case, okay? So we have to prove that. I will not tell you what we have to prove. We will say cos inverse of minus x. We have to find the value of cos inverse of minus x. Okay, how will we go? We will say is equal to something. I'm not going to do that. So I'll say let cos inverse of minus x is equal to theta. Minus x is equal to cos theta. Okay. That means x is equal to minus cos theta. Till here it is fine. Okay. Like we did for tan, I can't say cos minus of cos theta is equal to cos of minus theta, because this will be wrong. So how I will write minus cos theta? I'll write it as cos of 180 minus theta. Correct now, guys?
Yes, sir.
This is what we've been doing in the previous problems. When we are finding the value of the principal value of inverse trigonometric function. Then what we will do? We will get it this side. Cos inverse of x equal to pi minus theta. Something is good, but cos inverse of x is equal to pi minus theta. That means cos inverse of x is equal to, correct. So what is theta here? Theta is nothing but cos inverse of minus x. So cos inverse of x is equal to pi minus cos inverse of minus x. Correct, no? What do we want? We want to find the value of cos inverse of minus x, this fellow. So we'll bring this fellow this side. Therefore, cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse of x. Okay. Therefore, what I have not written here is this. Prove that cos inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse of x. Okay. Similarly, are you okay with this, guys?
Just a second. Sir. Yes, sir.
Secant inverse of minus x. Let's do it. Find the value. I will not say prove it. Secant inverse of minus x. Can you guys go and find that value? Hannah, will you do this numerical along with me?
Yes, sir.
So,
So first step will be writing secant secant to the power of minus 1 into minus x is equal to
not
theta.
this is not secant to the power of minus 1. You should say secant inverse.
Okay, sir. So we write secant inverse of minus x
It's
is
like
equal
A
to,
inverse, okay? Secant inverse.
and then we write secant theta is equal to minus x. And then we write x is equal to minus secant theta. And x is equal to secant of pi minus theta. And now you take the inverse again. So secant inverse of x is equal to pi minus theta. And so pi minus secant inverse of x is equal to theta.
And the theta is nothing but secant inverse of minus x. I'm correcting it. So in this case, secant inverse of minus x, now here mod x has to be greater than or equal to 1. In the case of cos inverse of minus x, it was x belong to -1 to 1. In this case, mod x is greater than or equal to 1. And cot inverse of minus x will be equal to pi minus cot inverse of x, x belong to R. Okay, so we will just pause for a minute here. I will try to take some numericals which we can do. Okay, so for example, simple thing. Find the value of cos inverse of cos 2 pi by 3. So we'll say, hey, I have a property cos inverse of cos theta equal to theta, isn't it? Provided that theta belongs to, what is it for cos? Isn't it? So here our theta is 2 pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3 belongs to this interval, isn't it? So we can say that the answer for this is 2 pi by 3. Correct, no guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the domain for this is -1 to 1, right?
Angle, na? Cos inverse of cos 2 pi by 3. Here there is the angle here. See, whenever you have cos inverse, okay, when you have cos inverse, it will be value. Okay, if you have, right, when it cos inverse of something, okay. See here, okay, let's do this. You're getting confused between cos of cos inverse and cos inverse of cos. When you do
Yes, sir.
cos inverse,
No, I got it.
got it, 1 minute, huh?
Yeah.
Cos inverse of cos 2 pi by 3. So what is this answer going to be, right? You'll say, what is cos inverse of half? You'll get the answer as angle, right? What is the angle cos inverse of half means? You'll say 60 degrees, pi by 3, right? Because this whatever you take here is cos inverse of a fraction. This is a, this is a real number, right? So cos inverse of that, cos inverse is going to return an angle for you. Okay, so whenever you have cos inverse outside, you will say theta belongs to theta, or whatever you are calling this fellow, cos inverse of cos x, cos inverse of cos theta. If you say cos inverse of cos theta, theta belongs to 0 to pi. Okay, whereas on the other side, cos of cos inverse of x. So cos inverse of x is going to give you an angle, and this is going to be cos of that angle, cos of pi by 2, cos of pi by 3. right? So this is going to be a value. And for this, x belong to -1 to 1. Okay, so when cos is outside, -1 to 1, and cos inverse is outside, 0 to pi. Okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now look at this. Sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3. What's the answer? Okay, if you say sine inverse of sine theta is equal to theta, right? That is 2 pi by 3. Okay, you have to check 2 pi by 3. What is sine inverse domain going to be? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2? Correct, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So pi by 2 means 0.5 minus pi by 2 means 45 degrees, right? Minus 92 plus 90. Just in your mind, you should put it. 2 pi by 3 means how much? 180 by 3. No, 360 by 3. 360 by 3 means 120. That means it will not come inside this. Correct or not? So you should not say this is equal to 2 pi by 3. Okay? So that will be incorrect because this angle 2 pi by 3 you're getting does not belong to the domain of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. That means we have to convert this fellow such that it comes. Are you following this, guys? So this is why blindly you cannot use the identities. You have to do the domain check. Hannah, are you following this, man?
Yes, sir.
2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 is 120. 120 does not belong to minus 90 to 90. So we want to make it smaller. So we will use the identity. Hey, what is sine of 180 minus theta? Sine of 180 minus theta means you get sine because it's 180. And second quadrant means sine is positive. So you will say sine theta, correct?
Yes,
Correct,
sir.
no? So if I have sine 2 pi by 3, okay, I want to make this angle less. So I can write it as sine of pi minus 2 pi by 3. Because I'm not changing anything. It's just that this 2 pi by 3 is there, which is 120. I'm expressing it as a smaller angle so that it falls within the domain of minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. And when you see this, this is 3 pi minus 2 pi. which is sine pi by 3, which is what I wanted. Okay, so what we are telling is here sine 2 pi by 3, you have some value. Find out a similar value, which is, find out the similar sine theta, but it should belong to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So this you have to write it like that. Sine inverse of sine of pi minus 2 pi by 3, which will be sine inverse of sine pi by 3, which is equal to pi by 3. Are you okay with this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Can you please confirm if you made a note of this? We'll do similar fellows now.
Yes, sir.
Neha, are we good, ma? Please keep talking to me, Neha. Cos inverse of cos 7 pi by 6. Neha, can we solve this together? Is she there or she dropped off? Dropped off, huh? Okay, Hannah, shall we do work this problem together?
Yes, sir.
So can we say cos inverse of cos theta is theta?
No, sir, here it doesn't lie inside the domain of 0, comma
6 is
pi.
greater than, is not belonging to 0 to pi. 0 to pi is the domain because it is cos inverse of this thing. Right? Whenever you say cos inverse, you have to specify the domain for an angle. The domain for cos is going to be 0 to pi. The principal value, the range will be 0 to pi. So what we have to do, we have to make this angle less. Correct, now?
Yes, sir.
7 pi by 6 is greater than pi. So we have to make it less. How do we do this?
We do it pi minus 7 pi by 6.
But cos of 180 minus theta, what is it? Is it cos theta?
No, sir, it's minus cos theta.
Then how can you do that?
So can we do theta minus pi?
Mhm.
Like 7 pi by 6 minus pi.
How does it help? See, one thing, no? Cos of 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. Don't get confused with whether it is cos of minus theta. Don't do that. Cos of 180 minus theta is going to give you minus cos theta. Some other identity you need. What about cos of 360 minus theta? Will that work? Can we check?
Yes, sir, it'll give us a positive value.
2 pi minus 7 pi by 6. It will be 12 pi minus 7 pi by 6, which will be 5 pi by 6. Do you agree? And this belongs to 0 to pi. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
So in the case of sine, we will say pi minus theta. In the case of cos, we will do 2 pi minus theta. Okay. So this will be cos inverse of cos of 2 pi minus 7 pi by 6. So when we do that, we are not changing anything because cos of 360 minus theta, sine of 360 minus theta, tan of 360 minus theta, everything is going to be theta itself. Okay, but by doing this, we are going to get an angle which will fall within the definition. This is what that whole thing about that domain definition. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Is this girl back, Neha? Okay, she's back.
Yes, sir.
Did you follow this, Neha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do one with tan. Tan inverse of tan 3 pi by 4. Remember, tan inverse of tan theta means theta has to belong to which domain, ma?
So minus pi by 2 to pi by 2.
Pi by 2. Very good. So here we are getting 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4 is 0.75, isn't it? This is, I have 0.5 pi, 0.75 pi I'm getting. That means in this form, you can't say tan inverse of tan theta is theta because that theta will not belong to this. 3 pi by 4 will not belong to this. What shall we do? We have to reduce it. So we'll say tan inverse of, what shall we write? Tan of, what shall we write? Come on, come on, come on. Can we say 180 minus theta? 180 minus theta will not work here because tan
3
of,
pi by 2 plus
Ah.
theta.
sorry, what should I say?
So tan of 3 pi by 2 minus theta.
So if I put 3 pi by 4, what if I do 2 pi minus 3 pi by 4? 5 pi by 4. No, here also it's not matching.
So we can get 3 pi by 2, right?
Your voice is good.
370.
You have to speak up, you have to make yourself audible.
Sir,
She-
I'm talking loud. It's like, I even texted you the answer, sir.
Okay. No, it's wrong, ma. So here what we'll do is, we know that this is 3 pi by 4, right? This is nothing but pi minus pi by 4. Okay, 3 pi by 4 is nothing but pi minus pi by 4. Okay, we are not changing anything. We are just going to write tan of 3 pi by 4 is pi minus pi by 4. right? Then we'll say this is tan inverse of tan 180 minus theta is how much?
Minus tan theta.
Minus tan theta. Okay, so this will be tan 180 minus theta minus tan pi by 4. Then we see what is tan inverse of minus tan x. It is minus x, right? Correct, huh?
Yes, sir.
Tan inverse of minus tan x, we just now learned an identity. It is minus x, provided x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. That means this will be minus pi by 4 belongs to because it's minus 0.5. When you're coming towards 0, you will encounter minus 0.25 as well. So minus 0.25 belongs to this range. That means tan inverse of tan 3 pi by 4 is equal to minus pi by 4. So here, what we have done is, in the other cases, we have used 180 minus theta or 360 minus theta. Because in both cases, you get theta itself, right? But in this case, the theta, you are expressing it as something else. Are you able to follow this, guys? The theta itself is that 3 pi by 4, you are expressing it as, 180 minus something else. You are bringing something new. I want to express 3 pi by 4 as pi minus x. What is that x? That x is equal to pi minus 3 pi by 4. Okay, that means pi by 4. That means 3 pi by 4, I want to write it as pi minus pi by 4. Why do you do that? Because then what happens is when you do the tan of that, tan of 180 minus theta, you will get it as minus tan theta. Okay, and tan inverse of minus tan theta is equal to minus of theta, provided that theta belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. We are getting that now. We don't mind if this minus sign comes here, so long as that angle you have maintained here. We'll do one more like this. Sine inverse of sine 3 pi by 5. Three pi by 5 does not belong to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, because it will become 3 by 5 is 0.6. Till 0.5 pi, it's fine. Now we get 0.6 pi. Then we do a quick check. Can I write this as 180 minus theta? 5 pi minus 3 pi by 5. 2 pi by 5. 2 pi by 5 means how much?
0.4 pi.
Which is okay, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is fine. So write this as sine inverse of sine of 180 minus 3 pi by 5. That means you get sine inverse of sine of 2 pi by 5 equal to 2 pi by 5. All right, guys, are we good? So
So,
you have to be very confident about our identities. Okay, so if you observe here two things, cos 180 minus theta, cos 180 plus theta, 260 plus theta, 260 minus theta, right? All that you should know, identities. And the second thing is on this side, you should know the restrictions. Okay, and you should be able to manipulate this such that you get an angle which belongs to this one. That's the key thing in this particular exercise. We'll do one more. Cos inverse of cos 13 pi by 6. Find the principal value. Can I write this as 180 minus theta? No, because it will be minus cos theta. Can I express 13 pi by 6 as 180 minus something? No, because 13 pi by 6 is more than 2 pi. Can I express this as 260 minus theta, 2 pi minus theta? Let me check. 2 pi minus 13 pi by 6. 12 pi minus 13 pi by 6. Pi by 6.
So it's minus
So it's
7.
only minus pi by 6.
Minus pi by 6, huh? Correct.
Yes.
Minus pi by 6 means again this is not okay. So I can't use what do you call 2 pi minus theta also I can't use. Then someone is chatting with me the answer. Very good. 2 pi plus pi by 6. Okay. So because this is cos fellow, no? Cos of 2 pi plus theta is going to come in first quadrant. Cos of 2 pi plus theta, cos of 2 pi minus theta is cos theta. So we can check that. That means we have to express 13 pi by 6 as 2 pi plus something. Okay, that means x is equal to 2 pi minus 13 pi by 6. That is minus pi by 6, right? Hold on, some goof up I'm doing. What is 2 pi plus pi by 6? 13 pi by 6. So we can write this fellow as cos 13 pi by 6 as 2 pi plus pi by 6. And cos of 2 pi plus pi by 6 is nothing but cos pi by 6. Which is equal to pi by 6. So the trick here is like this. Alright, boss, I'm having 13 pi by 6. How can I write it? This is 13 by 6 is 2. It's more than 2 pi. So, you have to write it as 2 pi plus something. What is that something? Okay, because 13 pi by 6 is greater than 2 pi. So 2 pi plus something. What is that something? That something is 13 pi by 6 minus 2 pi. That is 13 pi minus 12 pi by 6. That is pi by 6. So once you find it out, or based on your experience, 13 pi is nothing but 2 pi plus pi by 6, no big deal. But in case you're getting a little confused, you do that. 13 by 6. 13 by 6 is 2 point something, greater than 2. So I can express this as 2 pi plus something. Shreya, are you following this, ma?
Yes, sir.
Maria, are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
No, I understood this.
Oh, you understood. Okay. We'll do one more, don't worry. Tan inverse of tan 5 pi by 6. We didn't do this now. Tan inverse of tan 5 pi by 6. Tan is going to be minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. 5 pi by 6 is beyond it. Chaitri, you're right. Very good. Shreya, you're also right. Very good. Hannah, what's your final answer? Maria, you're almost there. Check it once again. See, this angle 5 pi by 6 is in the second quadrant. Okay. So if you want in the second quadrant, that means you want 5 pi by 6 as the answer, but you want to write it as pi minus theta. Are you able to follow this, Maria?
Yeah, it's minus 5 by 6.
You want this theta to be, do you know 5 pi by 6 means array, 6 pi by 6 means pi, 5 pi by 6 means less than pi. Less than pi means this is lying in the second quadrant. Because it is lying in the second quadrant, can I express it as 180 minus something? That 180 minus something has to be 5 pi by 6. What is that x going to be? That x is going to be pi minus 5 pi by 6, which is 6 pi minus 5 pi by 6, which is pi by 6. Okay, so 5 pi by 6 can be written as pi minus pi by 6 without any changing the value. Okay, so you say tan inverse of tan of 180 minus pi by 6. Shreya, are you following this one?
Yes, sir.
Then tan 180 minus theta is minus tan theta. Till now we didn't do anything. We just changed it. Okay, because we want an angle which is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. We gauged it is in second quadrant. Second quadrant means you can use 180 minus theta, and that theta will be small like we got here. Then we use the identity tan inverse of minus tan theta is minus tan minus pi by 6. And we quickly check minus pi by 6 is belonging to the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this angle which we are getting is good. Is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
I'll pick up some more from the exercise. Tan inverse of tan 7 pi by 6. Now, Shreya, 7 pi by 6, which quadrant it is going to lie? First or second or third or fourth or?
So a second.
7 pi by 6, girl.
6 to 10 degrees.
7 pi by 6 is greater than pi, no?
Yeah.
So which quadrant will it lie?
Okay, sorry. Third quadrant, sir.
Okay, that means we will use tan of 180 plus theta so that the theta will be small. Okay, then we say 180 plus theta has to be equal to 7 pi by 6. That means my x is 7 pi by 6 minus of pi. That means pi by 6. That means pi plus pi by 6 is equal to 7 pi by 6. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
This you don't do all the time. You will, when you are little experienced, 7 pi by 6 means you immediately say pi plus pi by 6. By doing this, we get this as tan of 180 plus theta. And tan 180 plus theta, all silver T. 180 is tan will remain tan. Third quadrant tan is positive. That means tan inverse of pi by 6. Tan inverse of, tan pi by 6. Right? Then tan inverse of tan theta is now theta. This is acceptable for us because pi by 6 belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Yes, Maria, you're right. Very good. Anna, you're right. Neha, are we good?
Yes, sir.
We'll do more. Until we get the hang of it, we'll not leave it. Sorry, I'm not giving a break today. We'll leave a little early, but let's continue in the flow, okay? Sine of pi by 3 minus sine inverse of minus half. Okay, so when you need to do this, you need to first start working backwards from here. Okay, so you have to find the principal value of sine inverse of minus half first. So you say let sine inverse of minus half equal to theta. We did this kind of sums yesterday. That means sine theta is equal to minus half. Hey, sine theta, which one? Sine of 30. Sine 30 is half. That means minus of sine pi by 6 is equal to minus half. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then you want to bring this as a part of this fellow. You can now say sine of minus pi by 6 is equal to minus half because For cos, this will not work. But if you want to express minus sine theta, you can simply say sine of minus theta. That means sine inverse of minus half for you is nothing but minus pi by 6. Okay, so we got the internal thing answer minus pi by 6. So we say this is, and of course you have to confirm, array minus pi by 6, is it belonging to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2? Yes, it belongs. Okay. How do you know, Shreya, minus pi by 6 belong to minus pi by 2 and pi by 2?
Because the value of minus pi by 6 is minus 30 degree and minus pi by 2 is 90.
Very good.
So it lies
Minus 45 to minus 90 to plus 90, and pi by 6 is minus 30.
minus 30. So
So
it lies in.
it's in between that. So it's okay. So this will be sine of pi by 3 minus pi by 6. Correct, Mama?
Yes, sir.
That is sine of pi by 3 plus pi by 6. Six 2 pi plus pi. 3 pi by 6 is sine pi by 2. Answer should be 1. Chaitri, very good. Anna, good. Maria, good. Neha, where are you?
Yeah.
You got it, no? Are you finding it difficult, Neha?
No, sir, I got it.
You got it, no? Sine inverse of sine 3 pi by 5. I want everyone to do it by themselves. Shreya almost got it. Check it once again. Anna, you're right. Very good. Yes, Chaitri, you're right. No problem, go ahead. Shreya, very good. You got it right. Very good, Neha. Very good. So, Shreya, can you work with me and tell me how you managed, how you got it on, how you managed to debug it? Why am I?
So,
Nah. So, tell me the entire logic. Tell me the entire logic.
so first I took it as sine of pi minus 2 pi by 5.
No, why should you do that?
Because that's how I solved it. We get back 3 pi by 5, we do pi minus 2 pi by 5. So we can just simplify it as pi minus 2 pi by 5.
First, identify which quadrant it is, no? Which quadrant is 3 pi by 5?
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant. Very good. That's the thing. Okay. Whether you want to do 180 plus theta, see, immediately we know 3 pi by 5 is more than pi by 2. Right? We cannot directly give 3 pi by 5 as the answer because it is not within minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So immediately you identify the quadrant. Then you say, hey, this is in the second quadrant. So second quadrant means you can say sine 180 minus theta is sine theta. Right? So here you don't need to change the angle. You just simply say this is nothing but sine inverse of sine of 180 minus theta. Because you know the fact that sine of 180 minus theta is equal to sine theta. You don't need to do anything. But by doing this, you're going to get a smaller angle. Okay, because you have a bigger angle, it's not fitting in, you need a smaller angle. Okay, so the identity itself is going to give you theta. So you say sine inverse of sine of 5 pi minus 3 pi, 2 pi by 5. And sine inverse of sine of theta is now 2 pi by 5. 2 pi by 5, you know, is 360 by 5. Correct now? 360 by 5 is how much? 5 7s are 35, 572. So it's within minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This belongs to correct now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Cos inverse of cos 13 pi by 6. Do it together. I mean, do it, guys. Cos inverse of cos 13 pi by 6.
We did this.
Oh, we already did this.
We did this, huh? Sorry. And I finished everything in. Did we do cos inverse of cos 7 pi by 6? Do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we did.
Done, now?
Yeah.
7 pi by 6 also done?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we will learn. Please do some practice. This inverse trigono will tease us. It's a little bit. We need to get used to it. Once we get used to it, it's a piece of cake. So just do some practice. Look at your NCERT exercises. Tomorrow we will meet and do the remaining identities. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.